Okay, thank you very kindly. Well, yes, it is because the jihadists love they love anniversaries, and it's a hallmark of theirs. Every time they need to mark it, and it's kind of a fetish of theirs, and to ensure that they make maximum impact. And now something like this attack, it has other dimensions. I would say that the other dimensions are that it could negatively impact the tourist economy of the United Kingdom, which because that area, the Westminster Bridge, Westminster, that is the Parliament, and then the Big Ben. These are big tourist attractions there. You have Trafalgar Square in close proximity, and these are big tourist attractions in the area. Now, if people fear for their lives that perhaps they might get mowed down by vehicles, driven with malevolent intent to kill people, then of course that's going to deter or that's going to discourage terrorists from coming into the area. So this could hit hard at the economy of the United Kingdom. And I believe that's a lesson we need to learn here in Nigeria also, that these things, thank God, low loss of lives, but then what impact does it have on our economy? These are things that we need to look at.
It appears that there will be some address very soon by someone, some official of the UK. In just a few minutes, we see them setting up a microphone, so we should be getting, some more information about this. But Dr. Ekomo, thank you for staying with us. What's the most important information that needs to get out there, as this incident has happened? What do people need to know about what has happened and, how to respond to this? Because I can imagine the fear, in the minds of people who live around that area, and even for the parliamentarians who were in the building when this was going on.
Exactly, ma'am. It will have been very terrifying. For example, the British Prime Minister was whisked away to a safe place. Many parliamentarians were said to be crawling on their stomachs, trying to duck the bullets, and so on and so forth. And now, certainly, a lot of sightseers, a lot of citizens in the area, they were traumatized by the sight of bodies. Perhaps these were not dead bodies, maybe critically injured persons on the ground, something that they are not accustomed to. This is stuff you see normally in war zones. Now, also, the fact that the London Ambulance Service declared it a major incident means that it was, in fact, a critical incident because of the number of people, large number of persons that died. So I think going forward, I think what people need to do is become a little bit more alert, become more aware. Even parliamentarians now, they really ought to know that they are not even as secure as they may think, even in the halls of parliament. And probably there's a need to ramp up security. For example, the gentleman who stabbed the policeman inside parliament, he went through all the screening. There were magnetometer detectors in there, but they were able to beat them. So how they did that is not very clear. But then they were able to perpetrate their act of evil. So I think there's a need to probably reevaluate the security in Westminster Parliament building, and then also in that whole general area, because if we are going to keep the tourist trade going in that area, then it must be a little better secured also.
Dr. Ekomo, thank you so much for joining us on The World today. This developing story has been broke almost an hour ago. We've been on it. Dr. Ekomo is a security expert who joined us from his office in Lagos Island. So here's what we know so far. A man rammed into the gates of the UK Parliament and opened fire. One person is down. We have an update on the story, though. The Mayor of London has described the situation as very serious. He's asked the Commissioner of Police to embark on thorough investigation and sent out a message to those who are injured. So far, we know of only one person who's died. Many people hurt in the attack. They've been attended to by medical personnel. The whole of Westminster area has been on lockdown by the police. We're treating this as a terror attack. Britain, we understand, has been on notice for a while about a possible attack. This is happening right on the same day that an attack happened in Brussels about a year ago. Brussels remains on high alert, of course, as it marks the first anniversary of last year's Islamic State-inspired attacks on the city's metro and airport. It killed 32 people, 320 others were injured. We'll stay with the story in London. When we come back, it's after the break.